Welcome back to Breakthrough Fitness NOLA. For those new to the channel, my name is Adam the Trainer. In today's video, we're going to build a healthy breakfast. Because my last video actually got people scared to eat breakfast, and that wasn't really the goal of the video. It was just to bring awareness, but the title of that video is 5 things you should never eat for breakfast. It'll appear above the link, so click on that, check that video out if you can, and that'll lead you into this video so you can have a better understanding. But before we get to that video, I would like to go over my shirt that I always wear for different videos. This one says, I flex so hard and the sleeves fell off, Breakthrough Fitness NOLA. Just keep in mind, we're making our online store. These shirts that I wear in the video will be available to purchase when the store get up, and I'll put that link in and I'll bring that to y'all attention. Also, I have some Adam the Trainer tennis shoes that are in beginning stages, so I need 6 or 7 more pre-orders so we could get those nice tennis shoes to production, and so it could forever be part of the Breakthrough Fitness legacy. Alright, so let's just get to the video. Let's build a healthy breakfast. So one of the questions in my last video in the comment section was, could I be more specific and give some examples of high-fat foods? Basically what I meant was any food that has been deep fried becomes a high-fat food. And because of the fat, the oil that we deep fry the foods in, makes those foods become unhealthy in the way of producing free radicals. So an example of a deep fried food for breakfast would be donuts, pastries, anything deep fried. That makes it become unhealthy because of the additions of the oil, the trans fats, makes the free radicals be produced in your system. It takes electrons from your other molecular compounds, and that increases the aging effect. Now I know the confusion come into it as because they have healthy fat foods that are high in fat, and the example of those foods are avocados and or nuts. Those foods should be taken and eaten not only for breakfast but with other meals as well, because they're high in healthy fats. And healthy fats are polyunsaturated fats, monounsaturated fats, and even some saturated fats. All of those type of fats help to lead your body into healthy fat burning, and it also stimulates the production of good healthy anabolic hormones that our body naturally produce, called growth hormone and testosterone. But I'm gonna leave that for another video because that is bringing us way off base. So just to touch on that fat, high fat foods, I basically should have said high foods that are full of unhealthy fats, which is anything that is deep fried. Trans fats is the enemy because it produces free radicals. Alright, but let's get into how we could build a healthy breakfast. We're going to do this series. We're going to do how to make a healthy breakfast, a healthy lunch, a healthy dinner, healthy snacks. So this is part 1 of this series. So let's start out with carbohydrates. As I stated before, carbohydrates is the primary fuel source of the body. I do understand we have people out there that are on low carb or ketogenic diets, and that is fine. But carbohydrates should not be ignored because it's the most readily available fuel source for the body doing explosive activities like strength training, sprinting, cycling. All of those things are anabolic and they need immediate energy to be performed at the highest level. And carbohydrates is it. So some example of carbohydrates, healthy carbohydrates, should be whole grain. Okay, whole grain, healthy carbohydrates. Some examples of these: whole grain oatmeal, whether it's steel cut, old fashioned, quick, doesn't matter. Oatmeal, low in sugar. I would rather you not have the pre-packaged oatmeal that you may make for your kids because it could be full of sugar. I'd rather you get the carton of whole oats and make it yourself. That way you can control the added sugar content. Because once again, we don't need added sugar to spike our blood sugar and keep those blood sugar levels elevated, because that leads us to a chronic disease called diabetes. We don't want to go down that route, but oatmeal, because it's a healthy whole grain carbohydrate, digests very slow, and therefore it brings your blood sugar up slow and your insulin levels up slow and keep it steady. So not only we can burn fat throughout the day, we won't spike our blood sugar. Another example of a good whole grain carbohydrate for breakfast could be any whole grain breads, any whole grain cereals. All of that is made with whole grain. Just look on the nutrition facts and behind the label and the ingredients. If the first ingredient is whole grain, you ain't good. So we already got the carbohydrate source for good energy down. Whole grain. Even if pancakes, you make them at home, they have whole grain instant mix nowadays. High protein pancake mix. It might take you a little while to find which brand that you like that works for you, but with trial and error, you can find good whole grain sources that kind of slide away from those white flour sources of carbohydrates that's made with white flour, that's enriched, but it's been industrialized, it's been processed to take all the good ingredients out of it, like wheat germ and stuff like that. So it makes it be not as healthy, but I know it tastes good, and I know we've been using that for so long that you just automatically think that that is where we should go with it. But whole grain carbohydrates, I can't stress that point enough. All right. So now we're going to move on to the protein sources. Healthy proteins. All right. Number one, eggs. Eggs is very healthy, very simple to make. Affordability is very important because these eggs and the protein gives us our amino acids for muscle building and regeneration of muscle tissue from intense exercise. When we exercise, we're breaking our muscles down. We need to rebuild those muscles, and the only way we can rebuild them, one of the main components of muscle tissue is amino acids, and that's in protein sources. All right. You can also use chicken breast at breakfast. It doesn't just have to be lunch and dinner options. You can find healthy ways to incorporate chicken breast into your breakfast to give us that protein. Also, this goes into two categories: the healthy fats as well as protein. You can use nuts of any sort. Walnuts and almonds is my top two sources when it comes down to nuts, but that can also be filled into the protein area. It brings protein, healthy fat, 2 in 1. So if we have our healthy whole grain oatmeal that we make, we can add a handful of nuts to that oatmeal. Not only did we elevate the nutritional content of that bowl of oatmeal, but we also added good protein and healthy fats and whole grain carbohydrates. Now we have a great source, a power-packed bowl of nutrition. Okay, so in the protein region, we have eggs, we have chicken breasts, we also have nuts, or nut butters, or nut spreads, whatever you want to add. And all you have to do is use some research, and don't hesitate, y'all. I'm trying to build a community here with this Breakthrough Fitness Northern channel. If you know some examples that I may not have mentioned on this video, please leave it in the comments and help somebody else. They're reading the comments. I can't squeeze everything into the video. I'm just trying to get the discussion started so we can have positive dialogue between us to bring us forward so we can all become healthier together. All right, now let's go on to the next source. We talked about it already. Healthy fats. Healthy fats is good for long-lasting energy, and it's also good for fuel because the body breaks down healthy fats into fatty acids. That's what fat is broken down to at the simplest level. So we have carbohydrates. When it's broken down into the simplest level by the body, it creates glucose. We have protein. When it breaks down to the simplest level in the body, forms amino acids. And we have fats. When it's broken down to the simpler molecular structure in the body, it's called fatty acids. Now your body uses all three of these energy sources at one time to fuel energy to make production for work. That's what food is for. It tastes good, that's fine, but it's also here to do work. And when you don't use that fuel, what happens? You become overweight, you become fat, you become obese, if you want to call it, and that's not the area that you want to go in, because it leads us. Obesity is one of the number one factors in chronic disease. We don't want to be on that train. But once again, back to where we were, healthy fats is anything that is high in fat, but healthy fats, that is nuts, olive oil, seeds, all of those foods, avocados, all of those foods is high in healthy fat, and a healthy fat does not make your body produce free radicals, and it is also used for energy production, not fat storage. Very important. Just put it in your phone, Google it, list of healthy fat foods, a ton of stuff gonna come up. Put in the Google it, foods that's high in healthy protein. Lot of foods gonna come up, and whole grain carbohydrates. Google that. A lot of foods gonna come up. Last but not least, this be a controversial topic: healthy food. Healthy foods. Now people be like, oh well, I don't eat fruit because it's high in fat, because of fructose, and that's gonna bring my blood sugar up if I'm diabetic. And I eat fruit, it's full of packed vitamins and minerals. I feel like I have to have them for my breakfast. Bottom line, the fruits that people are talking about that is healthier for them, that doesn't spike your insulin levels, glucose levels as much, is berries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. Anything with berries at the end are full of nutrition, but they have the least impact on your blood sugar. They're lower on the glycemic index. Look up glycemic index and see the foods that fall and what is the glycemic index of some of the foods that you're eating. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Because the higher it is on the glycemic index, the higher it's going to spike your insulin levels. And if you keep on eating those foods by itself and not combine properly, you'll increase your insulin over time, and that may put you at a higher risk for developing diabetes, y'all. So I don't want to make this stuff complicated. I want to keep this channel simple and straight to the point. We want to do fitness, but we also have to do nutrition. Nutrition is key in a fighting disease. Okay? We can combine these foods up any way that you want. I just want to put everybody on the right track, because as I'm doing this and the longer that I'm doing it, and I've been so lucky and so blessed to be doing this in my own facility and helping people, and I'm helping more people, I realize that people just don't really know how to do this the right way. It's simple to me because I'm studying it, I'm practicing it, but it's not simple to a lot of you guys out there. And that's why I'm building this community That's why I'm so passionate about fitness, because you can do it too. Okay? If there's anything that I missed in the video, anything that needs some clarity, just leave it in the comments, because I'm still trying to get better at doing this. As you looking for information, I want to provide you with the information that I already naturally know, and I can't answer your questions without you leaving comments. I can't do it without you leaving likes. I can't do it without you sharing the videos. I can't do it without subscribers. I need all of that too. We are building together, meaning I need you just as much as you need me. But we're at the end of this video. We're going to keep moving forward. Keep being positive out there. Whatever you dream, take a step forward. Build a healthy breakfast to give you the energy to focus and do the work to accomplish those goals. And also, let us know how you're doing. Let us know that, hey, you know, this video really is helping, making a difference. I want you to get better, because that makes me get better. So until next time, I'm Adam the Trainer. Keep breaking through.